Good morning, everyone. How was your Monday? Hope your Tuesday morning is going a little better if yesterday wasn't all that great. In any case, this will be my third take. There were some things that kind of got messed up with the first two, so they're not going to be shown. In any case, I think we should get right down to it, don't you? I think we should. So let's start with our guide. Find out who's behind the curtain. Well, today we have none other than Freya herself, which should be kind of interesting. Let's see where the goddess of love and war takes us today. Of course, we are setting tones, and that's a good thing to do. In fact, Freya is a great way to start. So, just remember that today is going to be sort of a day of healing for you. You're able to notice beauty, but also remember that it's not the superficial you're seeking. You're also seeking depth and intelligence. Jeez. Though she does symbolize that death is a part of life. She gets the first pick of the battle dead, let's not forget. And for the spirit animal, I'm almost choosing from the wrong deck here. We do have a wasp spirit, so sometimes life stings a bit. But it's in those moments we should learn the most. They should be our greatest teachers. So, how about we get right into the tarot? I really just don't have much in the way of news today. So, here we go. We have the High Priestess, Page of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. Still very emotional, aren't we? And it's in our relationship to the world around us that we're still emotional. So let's see, how are we emotional? Let's see just how deep this goes. I know the High Priestess tends to signal dogma quite a bit. Where is she? Here we go. But there's also a bit of a connection here. With those Cups cards, I wonder... Oh boy, here he goes. Don't worry, he's trying to be fed early. That's not going to happen. Do you mind? Anyway, so we are seeing a little bit of a childlike innocence to today. And also a little bit of chasing whimsy, which is not a bad thing. Remember yesterday we said that play is important. I'm trying to get him over here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah, it's fine. Stop trying to interrupt my video, you little beast. You're not getting fed early. That's all there is to it. But in any case, I am noticing something here. There's a bit of feminine power in here. Not even gonna lie. The High Priestess, it kind of looks like we're living in our emotions. Being a little, how can I put this? Because I'm not exactly sure how to put it. And those words aren't coming to me at present. Sometimes this happens even to me. And we've got noise all around us today. I thought this was going to be a day where perhaps we would get a break from the noise. But I woke up, I immediately heard a weed whacker outside and went, oh no. here's the thing about that high priestess. That high priestess knows that you really can't fully be yourself without searching for those hidden parts of yourself. And with that Page of Cups and Knight of Cups in play, we're also seeing that sort of a little bit of innocence there, and also we're seeing a little bit of action in that. We're fanciful. We're in a sort of an almost romantic state. So, possibly a new relationship here. Who knows? Could be anything. But I think we're going to need to go to our Sacred Rebels Oracle and see if we can't make a little more sense of this. Because right now, this picture, normally it's very clear to me from the start. But right now, we know that page, the page is always going to be sort of that newbie there, similar to the Fool, but not completely. There's a little bit of naivete there, but it's not much. There's still measured and controlled action here, which I am seeing. But I do want to bring this into sharper focus. So let's see here. We have conscious connections. What do you feel? And of course, every journey starts with a single step. So are we getting our emotions in line with ourselves today? And that's really what we're exploring. But with those conscious connections are pretty much everything that we know about. We know that we're connected to pretty much everything. We know that, you guys, I'm telling you, bud, you're really trying to take it out of me today, aren't you? He's not hearing that he gets fed at 11. That's why I try to get these uploaded before 11, and it's currently just after 10. He is not happy about that. He usually starts his little reign of terror about 9 a.m., 9 p.m. There we go. So, this Conscious Connections card is really it's really a calling for more intimacy and immediate relationships. So there needs to be some serious heart-to-heart communication with those that you're involved with. Those can salvage and restore broken relationships, or even friendships, if you're willing to honor your differences and look to what unites you. And this is one of the things that I like to bring up, because I'm actually seeing more of an epic scope with this than just something individual. This isn't acting more like a horoscope today. This is, of course, with this card, this is your relationship to everything around you. Right now, it looks like you're in a real state of pain here. But are you in a state of pain because you've been on social media and you've been seeing the constant ultimatums, maybe not directed at you, but thrown about into the open? Well, if you don't say this thing, then we know where you stand, and you stand with that extreme over there. However, if you say this thing, then pretty soon you're also having to say this, and this, or you didn't truly mean that in the first place. You see what I'm saying? You have to accept something that you otherwise wouldn't, or else you don't mean that you're a good person, and thus you're with them. Never mind that everything about them is something that turns your stomach. And right now, you may have to have that heart-to-heart with people that you're involved with and let them know, by force or by choice, through fear of respect, one way or the other, you are not to be terrorized or shoved or shamed into a mode of thinking that someone else finds acceptable for them to be comfortable with you. You see what I'm saying? Understand here? And that's what that high priestess is telling you. So we're going to go to the next card, which is, what do you feel? That's, what do you feel? You really have to be able to reach out a little bit with your heart, figure out what's going on, listen to your soul. Your soul is telling you something. Yesterday, remember, we talked about calling soul tribes and soul family. And if you want that, if you truly desire it, that will happen. But other people in your life that you thought were lifelong friends may not be able to accept this, and thus will reject you. They will fall away. Know one thing: if they do so, they were never your friends in the first place. Ever. Their friendship with you was conditional. And once that happens, it's never ending. So what's going on with what do you feel? Well, look at this card for just a moment. I'm going to point something out to you. Does it look like she's juggling? She's juggling two things, and then there's the world. She's looking at it. So it looks like she may be juggling an apple, a pear, and then there's planet Earth that she's also juggling. She's trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And the fact is that there are so many options out there available to you right now. So many opinions being just thrown around. Some of them are distracting you from your truth. And this is why I'm pretty certain today was the Sacred Rebels selection and Raven's Prophecy, because these are both pointing at that High Priestess. Unless you know the most hidden parts of yourself, you cannot know yourself. And if you do not know yourself, you cannot be yourself. And if you cannot be yourself, then you're being someone else, a second-rate version of someone else around others. And if that is happening, you are not being a first-rate version of yourself. Being a first-rate version of yourself means you may stand alone for a while. But you are not to worry about that, because you are not alone. You are here. You're here with me. And if you're having your cup of tea, as I am, well, or a cup of coffee, the thing is, and this is an absolute truth, if I drink tea and you drink coffee, well then, we have a difference there. However, in common, we are here, and that's where we should build. Our beverage of choice really doesn't make that much of a difference. Although I will say this Earl Grey is delicious. Alright, so every journey starts with a single step. That's a very simple one to figure out, isn't it? You have to take those first few steps. You take those first few steps and then keep taking another and another. Go where you are guided. Remember, we are now moving with our soul tribe, and our soul family. Not physical, not national, just the soul. The soul doesn't have color, it doesn't have size, it doesn't have shape, that's just kind of the thing about it. It's a soul, it's that luminous part of ourself. And And that's why I'm always telling you at the end to shine on. Roll credits. Not rolling credits just yet. Anyway. I was kind of pulling a cinema sentence. If you haven't checked out that series of videos or that channel, you really should. It's pretty funny. Anytime someone mentions the title in the movie, someone's like, Jeremy goes, roll credits. I find him to be hilarious. Alright, so, what secrets does Freya have for us today? We have Thurisaz. We have Fehu. And we have Nauthiz. Okay. I'm going to skip to that end card there, Nauthiz. I am just as bad about obsessions as some of you. Geez, I mean, I'm having my cup of tea every morning, right? I have certain obsessions as well. Shut up about my vaping. And I'm as guilty of it as anyone. But remember, we have our calling here. We really do. Our calling is not necessarily your job. Let's put it that way. But we need to get out of the unnecessary drama. And that's what Thurisaz represents, is us getting out of that unnecessary drama, because it's unnecessary. It's dragging us down. It's dimming our light. Today is a day where we can chase a little bit of whimsy. And now that this picture is very clear to me, with seeing more of its parts and kind of zooming out, I can tell you this is a day where I would have a little bit of advice for you. And it would be, bub, stop obsessing. Jeez, this kid. What's wrong? You know you're not going to be fed before 11. And bud, I hate to tell you, but let's see here. You got about, I don't know, 45 minutes or so. You're going to be fine. Anyway, so don't get drawn into the unnecessary drama. Remember that Thurisaz is actually the first rune, the first runic letter in Thor's name. Thor was here to break us out of the rut. The rut I'm looking at is we are so wrapped up in this drama that's going on around us right now. Don't get wrapped up in it. Take care of yourself. Make those decisions that are best for you, that are the best for your family. Try to seek that common ground, because that is where we're most wealthy, with our friends, our soul tribe, our soul family. We can hold that wealth, and guess what? Anything else and anyone else can fall away. That is a big scary thing. That's that big scary first step. But the fact of the matter is that it needs to be taken in order to complete us. That way we know ourselves. While we can kind of be a little fanciful, and we can kind of go forth and seek that, with that, we could be a little innocent today, we can be a little fanciful. However, in relation to the world, if we're staying locked in social media, and we're wrapped up in it, and we can't go anywhere, if we are constantly being bombarded with ultimatums, coercion, fear tactics, your light is about to be dimmed, and dimmed hard. Possibly even shut completely off. And if you're feeling like you have to dim that to fit in, you have already lost. I'll be honest with you. If there are those right now that, if they have a problem with me, because I do not believe any practice is closed. I do not believe in you must say this or you're a racist, you must act in this manner, or you're one of those degenerates. I do not accept any of them. I find all of that aberrant. I personally will not accept someone telling me, no, this is closed because you are this color. No, this is closed. You are not genetically linked to it. To that, I say, watch me. And I see you've made your decision, now try to enforce it. I can go about my day. For anyone who has a problem with that, please fall away, it's fine. I'm good with it. Oh my goodness. Are you really doing this today? So, seems like I've got a pretty big obsession with that little thing, isn't it? Yeah. I have an obsession with finding people who are like souls. I don't think that's all that bad of an obsession, personally. That's just me, though. I also have an obsession with Swiss Army knives. I have one Leatherman tool. Let me just put it that way for the Leatherman crowd out there who's about to get, like, really, really ham on me. I do own a Leatherman tool, and that is like 2 pounds of gear on my belt, bud. So, anyway, let's wrap this up. I think I've been a little long in the tooth here. So definitely, today is a day to get to know yourself, but you're gonna have to like start filtering out the crap, and what that means is establishing boundaries. That means anyone preaching something that you just cannot accept, if you know in your soul that it is wrong, and you know in your soul that it's either cut ties or dim your light, cut ties. You may have to start having those heart-to-hearts with friends, people you're working with, people that you know and care about. And you may have to clarify, listen, and state your piece. You may have to think about it a little bit. I think a carefully measured approach is not necessarily a bad thing. I can definitely see it in here, but I think with the Nothies card, you also have to tell people that your obsessions are not my obsessions, nor will they be. And you know what? I think that's a great place to stop. So today, you may lose some people. Today, you may lose many of your battles. But the good news is, you will have taken the first step toward getting rid of the drama in your life, getting rid of the bull crap, and finding yourself with your soul's tribe. You may even salvage a few friendships, a few broken ones. You may even save a few. But always start with common ground. And that is where you begin to build your soul tribe. That's where you begin to build a soul family. And that's where you shine by example and guide others. That's really all I have for you today. I hope this message resonated with you. I thank you for joining me. It was good to see you again. I hope that whatever happens today, you remember, you always have a place here. I love you all, and as always, shine on.